Have you ever had $1 million idea and a couple months later, or maybe like a year later, you see a commercial and you're like, shit, dude, I had that idea? I mean, I'm sure that's happened to at least most people, at least once in your life. Well, that happens to me like all the time. And I decided to start writing down these ideas because I thought maybe one day I'll start a business. But as I started accumulating dozens and eventually hundreds of these product ideas and business ideas, I realized even if I did start a business and I grew it and, after a few years I sold it off so that I could get to the next idea, it would literally take me a whole lifetime just to get through like 10% of all those ideas. So I figured, well, instead of just like letting these go to waste, I figured why not just start a YouTube channel and then just share the ideas. So this is episode 1. I'll be basically explaining to you how we can combine a dash cam with a rear view mirror. And you're probably thinking, no, they already did that, it's done. Like, no, trust me, I just did a deep, thorough search using ChatGPT. And what I'm about to explain to you does not currently exist. So if you're an entrepreneur or you already have a business, or if you're already making dash cams, I mean, this video is going to be probably like gold, like a little golden nugget, I guess. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So here we go. Anyway, this right here, actually, let me show you. So this is just a regular stock rear view mirror. Nothing fancy. It's straight up stock. This is what came with the car, okay? All right, hold on. Let me put you guys back over here. Anyway, so now that you got a good look at what that looks like, would you ever think that there is a recording device in that rear view mirror? Probably not. It just looks like a regular rear view mirror. But I'm sure we've all seen those like police shows where they're interrogating the criminal and the detectives are on the other side, and there's like that mirror. I think they're called two-way mirrors. So if you had that type of mirror with a little camera lens on the inside, that would be amazing. Now, why is this important? If your car gets stolen and the thief is, a sophisticated criminal, they're going to look for any tracking devices. Once they find them, they're going to rip them out and destroy them. Now, if that dash cam had LTE tracking, so if you could put a little SIM card in there with internet, you can track your car, and not only would the police find the car, but you would have evidence of the thief. It's recording their face. So I decided to talk with ChatGPT and ask it, like, not only does this product exist, but like, how feasible is this product? Like, what are the odds that this product would gain some success if somebody were to bring it to market? Actually, the results were pretty good. So I developed this like scoring system where it's 20 different points, and each one of those 20 factors, will be a possible 5 points. So there's 20 factors. Each one is a possible 5 points. So total score is, it's 100 points. So basically let me just read it out loud, and then you could, because I was going to read it, but it's better if just ChatGPT reads it out loud for us. So the first one is clear value proposition. So is it easy to understand? Does the customer get it right away and understand why they would benefit? So here, let me just read this out loud.
1. Clear value. Okay. Proposition 5 out of 5 points. The benefit is clear in under 30 seconds. You can explain what it is, how it works, and why someone would want it without needing backstory or jargon. 2.
So we got 5 out of 5 points on that one, right? Remember, we're trying to get to 100. All right, here's the second factor. Market size and demand.
Size demand. 5 out of 5 points. This solves a highly relatable problem with a broad user base. The total addressable market is big, and the audience is well defined. 3. Cost feasibility. 4 out of 5 points. The bill of materials and manufacturing seem reasonable, but because it's an electronic, it carries some sourcing risk and a higher startup cost than a passive product. 4. Legal and regulatory barriers. 3 out of 5 points. There aren't any obvious legal issues, but because it's electronic, you'll have to meet safety standards, possibly FCC/CE/UL compliance, and take on more liability.
So yeah, there's a couple of points got knocked off because it's an electronic. It probably has a battery, but yeah, you have to meet all these qualifications and you have to get these certifications and just all these hurdles that you have to go through, all these regulations. So lost a couple points there.
5. Customer pain point intensity. 5 out of 5 points. This directly addresses a real nagging pain point that causes daily frustration. It's more of a need than a nice to have for many.
Yeah, I think I want to add to that. It's definitely not a want. This is a need. Tracking your car, even if you live in a nice neighborhood with low crime, you want to have a tracking device in your car. But I would say more importantly than that, which, I mean, that's already pretty important, dash cams. I mean, if you're driving around without a dash cam, man, you're rolling the dice. So to be able to have both of those things combined into one, that's pretty damn good. I'd say that's definitely a need and not a want.
6. Competitive landscape. 4 out of 5 points. There are some related products out there, but this version is meaningfully different. You'll need to be sharp with positioning, but there's space to stand out. 7. Unique selling proposition. USP. 5 out of 5 points. It has a clear wow factor and solves the problem in a novel, satisfying way. The hook is strong, both visually and emotionally. 8. Scalability potential. 4 out of 5 points. It could definitely scale, especially if paired with upsells, bundles, or accessories. Manufacturing and customer service might get more complex with volume. 9. Market trends. 4 out of 5 points. This aligns with current consumer preferences, practicality, tech-enhanced convenience, and social media shareability. Not riding a massive trend wave, but still relevant. 10. Customer acquisition and retention. LTV, 3 out of 5 points.
Okay, this one got 3 out of 5 points. LTV, so this one's not very obvious, so I just kind of want to break it down real quick. LTV stands for lifetime value. So some customers, they'll only buy your product once. Like if it's a big ticket item, something really expensive, and they only need it one time, very unlikely that they're going to come back and buy another one and another one. Like they might come back and just say like, hey, I need another one as a gift for someone, you know, a loved one. But on the other hand, you have like consumables or like subscription models where you're getting recurring profit. And most would argue that the recurring profit is much more revenue in the long run. So that's why I lost a couple points on this one.
Customer acquisition should be relatively affordable thanks to demo ability, but it's not a consumable or subscription model. One-time purchase limits lifetime value unless you introduce variants. 11. Funding requirements. 3 out of 5 points. It's not super capital intensive, but it's not bootstrap friendly either. Electronics need upfront investment for prototyping, testing, and initial inventory.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, starting a company with this would be very difficult. It's possible, especially with the right execution and the right team, but this would be better handled by an existing company that's already doing dash cams. That way you can just incorporate it into your existing manufacturing lines, your existing inventory. So you have most of the components, most of the manufacturing set up. There'll just be like a few tweaks. But yeah, if you're starting from scratch, this is going to be a tough one.
12. Time to market. 4 out of 5 points. Assuming design is locked, this could be developed and launched within a few months. Prototyping and sourcing will still take some time. 13. Durability quality risk. 3 out of 5 points.
Okay, this one got 3 out of 5 points because electronics, they tend to break. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with them.
While it's not fragile, electronics introduce more risk than analog products. Returns and defects will happen unless build quality is prioritized.
Yeah.
14. Logistics. 4 out of 5 points. It's small, light, and should ship easily. Good packaging will be key for presentation and protection, especially if going into retail.
This was something that I just recently learned about that's kind of a big deal, is like, how heavy is your product and how big is it? Because that's going to eat away at your profit. When you're shipping stuff, you got to consider logistics and transportation. The heavier your product is, and the bigger and bulkier it is, the more it's going to eat into your bottom line. So that's something to consider.
15. IP potential. 3 out of 5 points. There might be room for a design patent or strong brand identity, but utility patent protection could be hard unless there's a novel mechanism.
Yeah, this would only be something that you can get intellectual protection for, just the design patent, not a utility patent. But hey, it's still definitely worth pursuing, especially if you're thinking about licensing.
16. Net positive. Impact on health. 3 out of 5 points.
I wasn't going to include this one, but I'm going to have it for every single product that we evaluate. Two things that are really important for me is health and the environment. So right now we got 3 out of 5 points for net positive impact on health. Obviously, it's just an electronic, right? It's not gonna hurt your health. It's just more like, I think if I can give it 2.5 points just to be neutral, that's what I do. But I guess we're going with 3 out of 5 points.
It's helpful, possibly reducing stress or increasing productivity, but it's not directly health related in the way supplements or fitness tools are. 17. Net positive impact on environment. 2 out of 5 points.
Yeah, I got 2 out of 5 points for this one. Yeah, all right, let's see what it has to say.
Being an electronic product, it adds to e-waste and likely includes plastic. It's not actively harmful, but it's not eco-forward either.
Yeah.
18. Season-less appeal. 5 out of 5 points. This can be used year-round. No reliance on holidays, weather, or trends.
Nice.
19. DIY difficulty. 4 out of 5 points. Most consumers wouldn't build a version of this themselves, especially if it's sleek and well finished.
So this is a scoring factor that I decided to include because certain people, especially those on a tight budget, if they see something that is very simple to build and they see the price that's really high, some will opt to just build their own. So that's why I included this, the DIY difficulty. But this one got 4 out of 5 points, so that's pretty good.
20. Exit strategy. Options 4 out of 5 points. If it gains traction, this could be acquired by a company in the gadget, home, or lifestyle space. Licensing is also an option, depending on performance.
Yep.
Final score 82. Out of 100. That's a strong score, especially for an electronic product. The biggest deductions came from the nature of electronics, cost, durability, regulations, and the fact that it's likely a one-time purchase.
Yep.
But the clarity, pain point, visual appeal, and scalability give it real momentum.
Okay. 82 points. 82 out of 100. Not my best idea. Obviously, I don't want to give away all my best ideas right out of the gate, but this should kind of give you a taste of what this channel is going to be like and what it'll be about. Moving forward, I'm going to be putting out new ideas. This was like a physical product, right? But I'm also going to be doing app ideas, which is a digital product, and also business ideas. So if you're thinking about, starting a business with like something related to services, I'll have a bunch of ideas for you guys. So one last thing before I get out of here, for all my future videos, if you want to see those videos, those new videos before they drop, you can get early access by checking out the link in the description. And while you're down there, consider subscribing, maybe hit the like button. And until next time, y'all have a good one. Take care.